After receiving the most votes, Five Nights at Freddy's will be today's topic of choice. Now, so you guys know this is not a solid list. I have gathered facts and information on what seems to be the popular characters from Reddit. If I have missed one of your favorite characters, please let me know in the comments below and we may do a part 2. Let's get it done. 10. Mr. Hippo. This character seemed to be popular among the Five Nights at Freddy's community. Mr. Hippo is a purple hippopotamus animatronic, sporting a black top hat with a red and yellow flower centered on his chest. He was modeled after the original characters from the first game. Mr. Hippo is a member of the mediocre melodies and attempts to enter the player's office through the duct system. One thing I like learning about this character is during the game over screen. After his jump scare, he tells long stories, which prolong the game over screen. If the player then attempts to close the game so they skip the story, it will result in him instantly jump scaring the player when they return, restarting the speech. Mr. Hippo's death quotes are the longest of all characters, lasting 2 to 3 minutes. His voice was based off an elderly man Joe Gorday remembers from Boston long ago. Here is the audio when Mr. Hippo is attacking the player. "9. Mangle. Mangle's severely mangled state, according to the phone guy, is due to children constantly ripping the poor animatronic apart piece by piece. This meant that staff had to repair it after each shift. Eventually the staff got sick of repairing Mangle and decided that it would be a take apart and put together attraction. This also lowered maintenance costs and then caused the staff to refer to the animatronic as Mangle. Its gender is also disputed, but the character made an appearance in Ladies' Night and seems to be wearing makeup. Another cool fact is that Mangle has a rare chance to be active on night 1. This is similar to Foxy from the first game, although rather than by inactivity it is dictated by chance. I actually really like the story behind this character, and you kind of feel sorry for it in a way until it gets you. 8. Springtrap. Springtrap is William's first appearance in the series, as a heavily damaged spring Bonnie with his mummified remains still inside. This character has tears and damage to its entire body, bearing wires throughout the suit with some missing parts such as his ear. Springtrap walks and crawls with a limp. It has been revealed throughout the games William has killed 11 children. First, Charlotte in Take Cake to the Children minigame. Then 5 victims he killed at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, shown in the minigame Give Gifts, Give Life. And finally 5 more victims at the second pizza in 1987, shown in the Save Them minigame. If you see Springtrap at the doorway and it is 6 AM, it is recommended that you sit and wait. Even the slightest movement will result in death. 7. Nightmare Bonnie. First appearing in Five Nights at Freddy's 4, this nightmare animatronic is mostly a metallic skeleton rather than costume. The combination of sharp teeth and a huge jaw with long claws creates a character that will haunt your dreams. Nightmare Bonnie is currently Bonnie's only counterpart to have whiskers. This animatronic is one of 4 nightmare animatronics that can pick up the player off the ground during a jump scare. The others being Nightmare Freddy, Nightmare Foxy, Nightmare Fredbear, and Jacko Bonnie. 6. Monty. Montgomery Gator, also known as Monty, is an alligator animatronic and has a stereotypical personality of a rock star. Montgomery Gator's jump scare, in its shattered form, involves him rotating the player on the ground while biting at their face. This maneuver is very similar to a crocodile death roll, a hunting tactic crocodiles use to subdue and dismember prey. He is the first animatronic based on a reptile. He is also the only glamrock animatronic to not be based off the 4 main characters Freddy, Bonnie, Chica and Foxy. Monty is the only animatronic in ruin, who the player cannot help in any way. After becoming shattered, his eye color changes from red to orange. 5. Chica. Chica is mistaken by many fans to be a duck, but she is actually a chicken. This was confirmed by Scott Cawthon in a discussion on the game's mechanics. The confusion could be caused by the animatronic's yellow body and its beak resembling a duck's bill. This character is one of the original 4 and for that reason has grown with the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise, becoming a fan favorite and becoming a base for other variants of the character. Chica is often the second character to move after Bonnie, but has been known to lead before Bonnie, especially on later nights. She is the second least active animatronic during earlier nights. Chica's second set of teeth can be seen in the trailer during the scene with all of the animatronics in the daytime. Chica is referred to as a he in the older version of Five Nights at Freddy's, The Silver Eyes. This is most likely an error by the authors, as several spelling errors and grammar errors seem to be present in the book. According to one of Scott's sons, the first jump scare he ever got was by Chica. 4. Freddy Fazbear. Freddy Fazbear, of course, has to be on the list, being the main character and one of the 4 original characters. This animatronic bear is possessed by a little boy called Gabriel who was murdered by William Afton. Freddy Fazbear was originally called Freddy Bear. He is also the first animatronic to have an official last name. Here is a list of the others, the second being Happy Frog, the third being Ned Bear, the fourth being Orville Elephant, the fifth being Roxanne Wolf, and the sixth being Montgomery Gator. Phone Guy states that Freddy is more active in the dark. This might be why he comes after the player when the power goes out, then hides in the darker areas of each room while the others stand in the lighter areas. Another interesting fact is Freddy's scream originates from the 1981 horror film Inseminoid in a scene where a woman gives birth to twin aliens. 3. Bonnie. Bonnie is an animatronic rabbit and is also said to be an aggressive character and the most active, but he does give up easily when he gets repelled. He also seems to be aware that the guard is watching as he stares into the cameras. Bonnie is often mistaken as a female due to Bonnie being a female name, but this was indirectly proven false by Scott Cawthon. Scott Cawthon finds Bonnie the scariest animatronics and has had several nightmares while developing the game. He said that one night he dreamt that the character was in the hallway outside his bedroom. He jumped out of bed to hold the door shut and found out the door was locked. He believed that Bonnie was about to attack as the doors do not work when they have reached the player's office. He then woke up. 2. Phone Guy. Alley or not? This question is something that is highly debated among the Five Nights at Freddy's fans. He's always downplaying the situation and assuring the player has nothing to worry about. It is quite important to listen to what he has to say on the first and second night for players new to the game. He will give the player key hints on gameplay and the mechanics of how the game works. He acts as the game's version of a tutorial. Even when Phone Guy is talking you are not safe from the killer animatronics, he actually says this himself. If you lose focus, you could be the next victim before the phone call even ends. You must remember this for the later nights also, as remaining idle can trigger Foxy. Phone Guy is voiced by the game's developer, Scott Cawthon. On night 5, the phone plays a sound that is similar to that of Golden Freddy. 1. Foxy. Foxy the Pirate, or Foxy, is one of the original 4 and seemed to be quite popular among the Five Nights at Freddy's fans. He has tatted fur and yellow eyes with a hook for a right hand. In Help Wanted it is revealed that he has control fuses in certain parts of his body, which allow him to function properly. Without said fuses or with a fuse in the wrong receptacle, he malfunctions. He is the only classic animatronic to lack a glamrock counterpart. Instead, Roxanne Wolf, a new wolf animatronic, takes the role. Foxy had a log flume ride at the Mega Pizzaplex, which is in the middle of being dismantled. Scott Cawthon created the model for Foxy during his 24-hour drive to visit Scott's in-laws in summer 2014. The reason why Foxy's model looks torn up is because it was difficult to model a 3D model character on a bumpy car ride, according to Scott. Foxy's creation was also based on one of Scott's son's ideas. Foxy is the only animatronic that moves on camera. The others move only when the cameras are off, apart from twitching scene from Bonnie and Chica. Five Nights at Freddy's has many characters. If you didn't see yours on today's list, please comment which one you'd like to see in part 2. If you liked the video today, please watch one of these and don't forget to subscribe to make sure you don't miss the next upload. Thanks for watching.